I ran into years ago in Grand Island, Honke. You'll get a kick out of this. It was right after the 95 national championship. You had the take and bake pizza joint, Papa Murphy's. There in Grand Island, and it was really good back then. I don't know what they did. They changed their ingredients or whatever, but it's god awful now. But I was standing in line. I'd ordered something, and lo and behold, I look up. I'm standing next to Phil Ellis. He's got a big old dip of skull in his mouth, and I'm like, holy cow, you're Phil Ellis. He goes, yep. I said, so let me in on, just give me a little taste. What really was it like playing for Coach McBride? And he said, man, that man loved you like nobody else did, but doggone it, he'd get on your ass like nobody else did either. He said, you took a cussing from Charlie McBride. You thought you just got dressed down by a drill sergeant. And I'm like, sounds about right. That's what I figure. And then he got his pizza, and I'd ordered mine before his. He got his pizza, and he goes up and he goes, thank you. Hey, this guy over here ordered a pizza before me. Why don't you make sure he's taken care of too? And I was like, that was kind of cool, just dressed in his farm clothes and mud and crap all over his boots. And he just stood there and talked with me for 15 minutes like I was kind of a dude he's always known. He's just one of those guys. And back in those days, God, we talked about it. I think Friday night that, a lot of those guys on those teams, a lot of those starters on both offense and defense lived here. They were in Nebraska. They were the backbone of the team. And did that day and age, unfortunately, I don't think is nearly what it's going to be back then from now on. I mean, with the age of the transfer portal and with all those things that are going on now, but I don't know about you guys. I think we kind of alluded to it earlier, the part 2. I can't wait, but yet at the same time, it's going to be hard reliving some of that stuff. Reliving the Lawrence Phillips stuff, knowing how his story ended, which wasn't good. And then reliving, of course, the loss of Brooke Behringer. That's going to be difficult. But at the same time, we're probably going to get an interesting players level perspective on the Miracle in Missouri, which will be a lot of fun. So anyway, I don't know. I don't think there's really a whole lot left to say, right? Unless you guys have a couple of closing thoughts.
It's a great movie. I mean, definitely, I think any Husker fan, out there that whether you experienced it personally, like Ken, you and I did, or Scott, if you don't remember it personally, it's any Husker fan should want to see that kind of that era and see what it took. Just to put myself in your perspective, Scott, I love going back and watching the game of the century. I love watching things about the Devaney era, stuff that was before my time too. It's just the historian guy in me. And I think it's important for people to Husker fans to know what it was like. So when you hear about people saying, you're not a blue blood anymore and all that kind of stuff, there's a reason why we still are on those all-time winning lists. There's a reason why we still come up on blue blood lists. And it is because there was, 45 years of unprecedented success in a row that went on. And one of the reasons that we had that kind of success was that we had continuity of coaches, and we didn't go through coaches every 4 years. And those are some things that you can learn from here too. And learning from history can help you frame your mindset today too. So
absolutely.
There were fans that called for Devaney's head back after 68 and had a petition to get rid of him in Omaha. There was fans that wanted Osborne gone after every one of those Oklahoma losses and after every one of those bowl losses. That didn't matter. Didn't matter that you were playing Miami in Miami or Florida State in Miami. Didn't matter. It was first world problems that we had as Husker fans because we were unhappy at 9 and 10 wins. Mm-hmm. And because that's all we were ever given, constantly at least minimum 9 wins. And so we were pretty spoiled there for quite a while. And I think we can get back to that point. I really do. And I also think when we do get back to that point, we're going to really appreciate it a hell of a lot more than we did before. So,
years ago when we started really struggling under Callahan and then even subsequently under Bo at times, I'd make the comments to friends of mine that I thought in some sense that the success, that 60-3 record over those 5 years was the worst thing that could have happened to this fan base, because now we expect that 60-3 is just something we should get here and there every 15, 20 years. And that was so unprecedented at the time. It's obviously unprecedented now. Even St. Nick hasn't been able to accomplish 60 wins in 5 years with only 3 losses. Granted, we play more games now, so there is a little bit of a difference. But, I've always said, in some ways, we got so spoiled by that era. But at the same time, I think we lack the appreciation for what it took to get there, and the fact that we didn't do it like everybody else did. We didn't do it with the fun and gun offense that Spurrier was running. In fact, we made that offense look like the Chuck and Duck in the in that Fiesta Bowl in '95, which, God, I can't wait to watch that again. So, I guess I'd just wrap it up by saying one of the most poignant statements I ever heard after that '94 national championship was at the championship celebration in Devaney Center. I watched it on TV that morning. Rob Zadiska stood up and he said that Osborne was quoted during the season as saying that it's not really winning the national title that means the most. It's what you do on the way to winning the national title that means the most. And I thought that was really poignant. It's how you do it. It's not the fact that you did it. It's how you do it the right way, not the easy and convenient way. And I thought that was pretty impressive. So I guess with that, guys, Honke, where can folks find you and your mates there at the Redcast?
Just same old at Go Big Redcast on all the social media platforms, and we're building up the YouTube page. So head to YouTube and click subscribe, and you can watch our interview with Osborne last week and some of the other ones
that was great.
So
that was an outstanding interview.
Thank you.
That one in Damon Benning, you guys were that was a fantastic conversation with Damon. Really, really enjoyed that one. So really appreciate you hanging out with us too. So
I had a blast. I guess my parting shot with you guys is I had a blast on Friday night. It was a lot of fun. I love talking Husker football with Husker fans, and so that's right. You guys fit the bill, and I love going and having some scotch and old fashions and all that. And I mean, that's the kind of stuff. I mean, I could do that. More than I should probably, but it's a lot of fun. So,
yep, absolutely.
Well, we had a blast.
We did too, man. That's our parting shot, would be the fact that you would take some time out of your week to hang out with us and go see a movie. It was awesome, and I knew that'd be right in your wheelhouse. So appreciate you going with us.
Thanks for the tickets. I mean,
all the fun.
That.
No, that's nothing, my friend. That was well deserved. And Scott and I can be found at all the same places. We're there on Twitter and Facebook at GenRedPod, and GenRedPod live right here on YouTube. And of course, GenRedPod.com is our website where you can listen, download, subscribe via the links provided. And you can even follow us on Facebook and Twitter via the links right there on the website. So don't even bother trying to look for us on Facebook. Just go to GenRedPod.com. It's easiest that way. And until next time, we're here to remind you that Iowa's corn still sucks, and there is no place like Nebraska.
Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.